the Regional Outreach Administrator here from Missouri State, Lebanon, located here in the OTC building. I also have responsibilities for the region, which includes Camdenton and Waynesville, where we have outreach centers already established and growing. So that's my role. Well, I'm a longtime Missouri State person. Though I've only worked for them for 4 years here, I was on their board, National Alumni Board, so I was involved in many of the things that have gone on. The OTC Missouri State relationship is very unique, just like as you know. But that occurred several years ago, and both schools saw that it was a good thing for each of them. It's only good if it's a good deal for everybody. So they decided to start this program in Lebanon for various reasons. Lebanon's a big Missouri State school, and OTC location here was perfect. So since that time, it's worked very, very well. What we actually are, so people know, we are a degree completion site. So you can't start in your freshman year or your gen eds. That's done by OTC. So we support all that, and then what we do is pick them up when they get their associate's degree. And it's not just OTC students. We have a few others that come from junior colleges or community colleges. And then they can do a degree completion on several things we offer. We are the only school in Lebanon or Lebanon area where you can get your degree, bachelor's degree here and never leave Lebanon. So that's a big plus, particularly in this cost-conscious time of the colleges and universities. So there's several things. And the staff here, it's just like we're all one big team, one big family, because we realize it's a marketing tool to be able to say you can get your degree here, and it's a marketing tool for them to use their A+, and then just come down the hall to us. So that's how that relationship has worked, and it's worked very well. Well, for Missouri State, our community is really engaged and involved, and we are a Missouri State community and have been for a long time. I've been president of the local alumni chapter for Missouri State for probably 20 years. But we have an event, an annual event in June. It's a golf tournament, and then we follow it up with a big dinner at the Civic Center. We have two separate crowds, really, but it's all of our alumni are invited. We bring down the top people from the university, the president, all the coaches, and spend a couple of 3 hours really engaging. We have a silent auction. So all the proceeds from that night go to our local Lebanon Scholarship Fund for Missouri State. And one of those scholarships has now been dedicated to a student on this campus, so I'm very proud of that. But the community is really engaged in Rotary or any other thing. We bring people down to talk about things, to discuss things, maybe even economic things, maybe Route 66 stuff as we had the other night. So the university is really engaged in Lebanon, not only because of the proximity, but because of the number of alumni that live here.
Okay.
The main degree right now is elementary education, and so they get what's called their associates in teaching from OTC, so they've met all the prereqs and requirements with that. And by the way, we dual advise, so once we find out a student wants to be a teacher up there, we go ahead and contact them and make sure they know about our services down the hall. OTC staff does the same thing. So if they come into our elementary ed program, we have the cohort system, so they come in with about 20 or 25 people or so, and they go through the next 2.5 years together. So it's like a group effort. They do all their assignments together, and these kids become really, really close. So elementary ed, and by the way, I've been here 4 years at this campus, and before they even graduate, these kids have a job. They get some of the best teaching experiences through not only our adjuncts that teach here in the Lebanon system, but also from main campus. So we have a diversity of students. Criminal justice is another popular one. We offer that about every other year. So we bring in like judges to teach, and certainly attorneys that are of note to teach. So these kids are getting a real experience. The kids that I have taught that have got the criminal justice degree, they all have jobs here locally, and really good jobs, and as parole officers or with other looking on to go to law school. So those are two. We also do a communications degree here, and we also do a literature degree. We do masters. They come down from Springfield and teach that. They're all in education. We also do a specialist degree here in education. because that's the focus. We also, and I haven't mentioned it, but we have what's called state-of-the-art Zoom technology. So it's live time, and many of our instructors can teach more to one class from main campus. So that's available in our classroom here. We've just got them all rewired and ready and up to go. So some of those have that live Zoom experience from a remote location. So master's and specialist degrees are offered here. You know, if you're a student or a parent looking for an option for your child, just come check OTC Missouri State out, particularly if they have an A+, if they have the A+ qualifications. It could save them a lot of money, and they get a quality education at the same time. So at least I would say give us a look, and we'd be glad to show you around and share the experience with you. I started this ambassador program when I came, so each year we have 2 different ambassadors for the school year. They're actually paid in scholarship money, $1,000 a year, and they work 3 or 4 hours for me in the office. They go to all the events. We go to several college fairs, and we have events here. We sponsor tables at events. We do an expo with the chamber. So they're highly engaged and involved. I also take them each year to Jefferson City, and our representatives and senators, they shadow them, job shadow them for the day. So it's quite an experience for them. But yeah, that's something that they're highly involved in. We recently started in our education program the Williams Educational Scholars. We had a supporter donate $75,000 to us, and they all go for OTC, coming to Missouri State, Lebanon to be teachers. So that was just implemented last summer, and the reason for that is to offset the cost shock after they have A+ and come down here and there's no help. We look every way possible to make this an make this an affordable option for students. I did want to say also we dual advise. We have a separate advisor here for education on campus, and we'll walk them through the entire process.